Have you ever worked for a boss who was a total bottleneck? You know, the one where every single decision, big or small, had to go through them and the whole team just ended up, well, waiting around? That is a classic leadership trap. Today, we're going to talk about the powerful shift that can fix it, moving from being a hero leader to becoming an architect leader. This thought right here. This is where it all starts. It sounds dedicated, right? Like someone who really cares about high standards. But what if I told you that this one single belief is actually the root cause of burnout, paralysis, and why so many great companies just stop growing? Let's dig into that.
So first up, let's meet the main character of our story, who might just be the villain without even realizing it. This is the hero leader. And while their intentions are often good, their approach creates this huge, unavoidable trap for everyone, including themselves.
Okay, so what exactly is a hero leader? Think of them as the central hub for everything. Every decision, every approval. They genuinely believe that without their personal touch, things will fail. But in reality, they're not the hero. They're the bottleneck. They become the single biggest obstacle to the company's ability to grow and adapt.
So what's really going on in their head? It's usually not about just wanting a perfect result. It's often driven by some really deep-seated fears. A fear of failure, a fear of their reputation taking a hit. And that fear, it often shows up looking a lot like ego. You know, that little voice that says, I'm the only one who can do this right, which leads to micromanagement and just completely overlooking the amazing talent on their own team.
And this kind of behavior, it doesn't just happen in a bubble. Oh no, it kicks off this vicious, really destructive cycle that can absolutely cripple an entire organization. Let's walk through how this downward spiral actually works.
It's a perfect storm, really. Step 1, it all starts with the leader's ego and fear. That leads directly to step 2, a need for intense control and a fundamental distrust of the team. So what happens next? The team learns to be dependent. They stop taking initiative because they know they'll just have to wait for approval anyway. And the final step, which is inevitable, is just widespread burnout and frustration. The team feels powerless, and the leader is completely swamped. Just look at that number, 80%. In companies run by a hero leader, up to 80% of important decisions are stuck waiting for one person. That's not just a little inefficient, it's a systemic crisis. The entire organization can only move as fast as a single individual.
You know, this isn't just some abstract management problem. It actually has a name in the world of operational excellence, MUDA. It's a key concept from lean manufacturing, and it literally means waste. The hero leader creates the worst kind of waste, the waste of waiting, where you're paying talented, smart people to just sit around and wait for permission to do their jobs.
Okay, so how in the world do we break this cycle? The answer isn't some complex new software or a fancy reorganization. It's actually a fundamental human value: humility. And in leadership, let me tell you, humility isn't a weakness. It is the ultimate strategic advantage.
So when we talk about humility in this context, what do we really mean? It's the strategic ability to say, you know what, I don't have all the answers. It's about knowing your own limits, but more importantly, it's about being smart enough to see that someone else on your team might just have a better idea, a sharper talent, or the perfect solution to move the mission forward. The mission always comes before the ego.
And when a leader truly gets this, when they embrace humility, they transform. They stop needing to be the hero of every single story, and they become something so much more powerful: the architect.
This chart just nails the difference. The hero manages people, the architect designs systems for people to succeed in. The hero needs personal control, the architect builds systematic control. But this last one is key. The hero either micromanages or they abdicate. They just let go and hope for the best. The architect, on the other hand, delegates. They transfer real authority, but they do it within a smart, safe framework they've designed.
So what's in the architect's toolbox? They're busy building strong systems and clear protocols that actually empower people. They create autonomy, which boosts what we call the emotional salary, that feeling of trust, respect, and purpose that you just can't buy. And, critically, they understand that sometimes the best act of leadership is to be an excellent follower when someone else on the team clearly has the better way forward.
All right, so we've met our two leaders. Now for the really important part. What's the actual real-world impact of these two different styles? I'll tell you right now, the results are like night and day.
This table just lays it all out, plain and simple.
Without humility, the hero creates dependency and burnout. With humility, the architect builds autonomy and psychological safety. In terms of results, the hero produces waste and stagnation, while the architect drives efficiency and real growth. But the legacy, that's the biggest difference. The hero's work is fragile. It vanishes when they leave. The architect builds an asset, a system so strong it becomes part of the company's DNA and outlasts anyone, kind of like the legendary Toyota production system.
And look, this isn't just some feel-good theory. The data proves it. In one real-world case, shifting from a hero to an architect leadership style cut the process cycle time by almost 60%. 60%! That is a massive tangible improvement in performance, all unlocked just by changing how the leader leads.
When you boil it all down, it comes back to this. Humility is the most important quality, not just for the leader, but for every single person on the team. It's the secret sauce that lets a group of talented people put the mission first, look at ideas objectively, and achieve something way bigger than any one person ever could on their own.
So I'll leave you with this question to think about. As a leader, what are you building? Is it a personal monument to your own ego, one that's going to crumble the second you walk away? Or are you being the architect of a lasting mission, building a strong system that will empower others and keep thriving long after you're gone? The choice really is yours.